As lot as 50,000 human beings include fled individual offensives versus insurgent forces in northern and southern Syria in latter days, activists tell. On 30,000 include leftward the northern city of Afrin as Turkey forces and their allies step up a siege. In the East Ghouta area external Damascus, several 20,000 include leftward areas aimed by Syriac by the government forces. The massive movements go 7 years in a war that has managed almost 12 millionth human beings of their homes. At low 6.1 millionth are inwardly moved time else 5.6 millionth include fled overseas. More than rather than 400,000 are believed to include been annihilated or are lacking, alleged corpse, with the rebellion versus CEO Bashar al-Assad began in March 2011. Afrin, a town inhabited mostly by ethnical Kurds close the border, has been by bombing of the air and the land by Turkey forces and their regional Syriac allies. Several 30,000 human beings include fled the town and neighboring villages, onto the Syriac Observatory for Humane Rights, a UK-based tracking team. They led to villages detained by Syriac by the government forces. Hundreds more than families leftward night as shelling extended, the observatory says. In 18 civilian population annihilated by Turkey shelling. Turkey is targeting the Kurd human beings as protect units, YPG, a police how it high as an expansion of the Kurd mob on its own area. Turkey CEO Recep Tayyip Erdogan said a collection in Ankara how his nation would not halt before its mission statement to seize Afrin had been finished. Same Europe Parliament is seemingly departure to ask for the Afrin transactions to be stopped, he told. Down there is a Dame EU overseas politics head Federica Mogherini down there who is accountable for EU expansion. She is told to do such a query. Don't get yours hopes up. We will not keep down there before the job is made. You should aware the. Onto the observatory, almost 20,000 civilian population fled insurgent-held areas in the East Ghouta on Thursday as the by the government preliminary extended. Profi government forces are believed to include recaptured 70% of the area following 3 weeks of intensive fight versus mob down there. At the identical period, 25 freight transport meal aid introduced the Ghouta city of Doma, but the World Board of the Red Crucifix, ICRC, told the aid was fair, a faction of which was necessary. ICRC CEO Peter Moorer told following newcomer the area how human beings down there were depleted by the fight and the absence of meal and medical. I'll perhaps recall the boy who close the gateway of East Ghouta request if I had a little bottling of water supply that illustrates how terrible the position is, he told. In some places of the planet while I go to situations love the one I've seen in East Ghouta he's usually the further sugary how is queried. There he's fundamentals. The devastating of the insurgent exclave external Damascus would be a main win for CEO Assad. Turkey, Russia and Iran include shipped their overseas ministers to the Kazakh equity Astana to get ready for a summit conference of leaders in Istanbul following monthly. Time Turkey is opposed to CEO Assad, Russia and Iran are the Syriac lead's nearest allies. Ruski Overseas Secretary Sergei Lavrov desired to depict the negotiations in Kazakhstan as an prospect to give steady world to Syria, proverb, millions of Syrians are looking in the line of Astana. Turkey Overseas Secretary Mevlut Cavusoglu forced a ceasefire in the East Ghouta, proverb the position down there was header to calamity, Reuters news story agent accountable.